And here we are with Tom Dixon and Cliff Clements, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the Historical Society.
The Historical Society is the largest railroad historical society devoted to a single railroad in the United States, of which there are 80 others. We publish a magazine that goes to 2,700 people in 42 states and 7 foreign countries. We publish 5 full-scale books per year, and we have an active electronic presence in all venues, and we simply are the most active railroad historical society in the country. And we're headquartered right here in Clifton Forge on Ridgeway. Come in and see us anytime. We are open weekdays at our archives, and then we are open in the Heritage Center at certain times during the year based on the time of year. This weekend we will be pushing Chessie the Railroad Kitten. She was established as a trademark by the C&O in 1933 with the slogan, "Sleep like a kitten, wake up fresh as a daisy" on C&O's fleet of air-conditioned trains, and carried on as a sales cat, as we call her, for C&O's passenger service up until passengers' trains began to decline, and then she became the sales cat for perfect transportation for C&O B&O railroads. And then in 1992, CSX gave her to us, and we are now the keeper of the kitten. And she is I think 85 years old this.
And why a cat? How did that all develop?
Because C&O's Vice President of Public Relations, L.C. Probert, in 1933, was in New York City, and he saw in the window of the Deschamps Gallery an etching of a sleeping kitten by Guido Gruenwald of Vienna, Austria, and he bought it for $5 because it fit perfectly with his slogan, "Sleep like a kitten, wake up fresh as a daisy" on C&O's fleet of air-conditioned trains.
I had a feeling you knew that history. Oh, and Cliff, whose idea was the license plate? That's pretty cool.
Well, we've thought about that for a long time. People have seen the other type of license plates that are available in Virginia, and they said, "Well, why don't you guys have one?" Well, we do now, and it's available at the train show, and we will have applications. You do have to fill out that, and I believe it's a $25 payment on it for the specialized plate.
I see.
And we'll have those available.
And what is it about railroads that seems to spark this long time interest in the American public? Is it just their size and power, or is it the fact that without them, probably the West wouldn't have opened up, or for that matter, even the western part of the eastern sector of the United States?
Mm-hmm.
Many historians will say that railroads knitted together the United States, the nation. They did not. They knitted together Europe because they went between ancient established centers of population. In the United States, they created the nation. And there is, I believe, no single element more important in the creation of the modern technological world than the railroads, because that little bit, that flange steel wheel rolling on the steel rail, allowed so much to be created that was not here before. Before the railroads of the 1840s, transportation was at the rate of a mule along the towpath of a canal, or the oxen on an unimproved road, and transportation was not, it changed from the days of the pharaohs, but suddenly, overnight, railroads came along and we moved masses of raw materials to places of manufacture, and the manufactured goods to a continental cobweb of steel, and that created the world we live in today more than any other single element, and that's our mission, to tell people that.
Tom, do you think we'll ever have the equivalent of the TGV in France? On a recent trip, I flew into De Gaulle in Paris and took the TGV 400 miles south at 150 miles an hour. And it was so comfortable, and it was so exciting. And we do have some high-speed trains here, but is that in the offing on any large scale, or do you think the costs involved just might be too extensive?
Costs involved are huge because we gave up the infrastructure that we had for railroad transportation. Do you realize that in 1950, within my lifetime, there were 10,000 intercity passenger trains in the United States. You could go anywhere, anytime, just about you wanted to. Amtrak right now operates less than 300, so that was the change. We gave it up for the airplane and the automobile.
Listen, we appreciate you guys taking your time out to explain these events to
Always a
the
pleasure.
public, and we look forward to hosting you again someday.
Okay, we'll
Thank
do
you.
it.
Thank you.
Pre-planning a funeral presents a loving and considerate gift to your family. Making decisions now provide a framework for future choices. We invite you to stop by the funeral home. Let us answer any questions you may have about pre-funding or pre-arranging a funeral service.